Is it possible to get rid of carpet beetles without vacuuming? It could be. There's a lot of IGR products on the market nowadays. Um, I'm not afraid of pesticides, so I think if you use it wisely. But when I had a professional come and spray, they just sprayed in between furniture, like along the baseboard where furniture wasn't. So they got a little bit behind the furniture. But if that's what a professional does, then we can do better. Um, I do have to do an area without a vacuum because I do have a storage unit, um, and I can feel those. I can feel the carpet beetle larvae in that storage unit. Um, so today I am trying these little Gentrol discs. They're supposed to treat about 75 square feet for each one, and they're just IGR, insect growth inhibitor, or regulator, insect growth regulator. So I'm going to place those, probably a couple in each vehicle, like one in the front, one in the rear. I'll probably put one behind each a kitchen drawer, one in each corner of my kitchen, one at each end of my closet, one in my dresser drawer, like stick it behind the drawer, in the back of the drawer. Yeah, there's just places where I can't vacuum. Like at storage, there's no power. So unless I buy an inverter for my car that's powerful enough to run a vacuum, I'm kind of stuck not vacuuming. So I will keep you posted. My little carpet beetle channel I created because this problem is a pain in the butt. I'd like to create a little community where we could have a safe place to talk about this because it is a nasty little problem and there's very little support. I dealt with this once 18 years ago, and when I dealt with that then, I just felt the whole curling sensation. I went to the hospital. It was like, oh, you're just crazy. And I remained crazy for the next 18 months while I dealt with this. And I didn't know what it was. I had no resources. It was absolutely awful. So this time I have resources. And so I'm just finding ways. And it'd be nice to share things. I did use ozone this time, and that was a huge turning point. The crawling sensations stopped immediately. It's been 2 weeks since I ozoned, and I'm getting the tiniest bit of crawling sensations coming. So I will probably ozone again. This would be the third time I've ozoned, so I will probably ozone one more time. Works great on odors. I don't really have an odor problem. I keep my house pretty clean. So carpet beetles apparently live in clean houses and dirty houses. They're just harder to deal with in dirty houses. I do have a couple of dogs and a kitten and a 5-year-old. So I have a lot of little creatures and people rustling up things from the corners. I had just remodeled this house. Well, I bought it and I was totally remodeling. So my baseboard was pretty new. I popped it off because it wasn't all perfectly. So I popped off my baseboard and I'm probably just about to put some back on in one room where I added a new bedroom. I was remodeling. So I added a bedroom, got the floors done in there, and just had to put some diatomaceous earth under the floors as they put it down. And then I put diatomaceous earth in the edges, and then I think I will start putting that baseboard back on today, just because I'm tired of having it off. And the floor is new, so I'm gonna do that. In my bedroom, I think this is where it started, so I'm pretty sure I brought home a mattress that had larvae. First time I felt it was in the mattress. So, but I might just pull up my carpet and replace the pad. I have kind of an L-shaped room. Just pull the carpet back, replace the pad because they could potentially pupate under there, and then I could just treat under there. It's just, there's a lot of different places they could hide. And the 4 life stages, it's a lot to keep an eye on, you know? So if the pupating carpet beetles hatch, they'd be adults. So if they find each other, they can lay eggs. And then those eggs hatch. And I'm pretty certain that's where the crawling sensation comes from, is newly hatched larvae. And so, I don't know. Carpet pad is pretty cheap. I have a carpet guy that can kind of kick it back into the corners. I don't think my house was used. I don't think they used a power stretcher when they did my carpet anyway. So, I work for a restoration company, so I'm able to. I just had the carpet steam cleaned a couple of weeks ago. About a week and a half ago, shortly after I ozoned. So I'm using a lot of stuff. I'm able to do that. But I think we could get rid of these, but we'd have to put up with the larvae in between with the IGR. So these little discs seem pretty handy around the dogs, around the kiddo, just up in little corners. I'm gonna flip this around here. I have this little organizer on my desk that I keep all my stuff in, but it has a little hiding spot underneath where they could get to, up underneath here. So I'm gonna stick one of those up underneath there because they just like those hiding spots. I'll probably put one at the other end of my desk because this is one of the areas where I have felt where I sit sometimes. Well, I sit at my desk, of course, and do all my figuring, planning, budgeting, researching on my laptop. If I put a couple here nearby, we'll probably get to them. I guess it kind of puts off into the air. So anyway, I'll try them. The worst part was peeling off the sticky tape off the back of them to place them. So looks like a bit of a project to place all of these little guys. So that's on my list today. Fun stuff. But because I am so sensitive to these things, I'm not leaving anything to chance. So I think I rarely get the sensation of crawling now. I've taken care of most of it, but you know, they crawl up into, they could probably get up a little bit like between the 2x4s and stuff, where into the house construction, under the wall, behind the wall. So as they come out, I just want to make sure they can never turn into breeding adults. I guess most homes have carpet beetles. When tested, the entomologists say 88 to 90% of homes have them, but maybe they just don't come out and they stay nice in the corners. So I have to remember, it's okay, I don't have to get 100% of them, but I would like to get 100%. I mean, I did go 18 years between feeling them, so they're pretty ubiquitous. They're everywhere on the planet except for at the poles. I think there's a couple of countries in the world, Iceland being one of them, where these don't exist, but everywhere else they're pretty happy throughout most of the US. So I just want to keep them at the extreme minimum, and I'll probably be on alert, you know, for years. Anyway, if you have this problem, I'm sorry, it sucks, but we can get it. Have a great day. Take care. Bye. Hey, and post if you have any questions. Post. Let's discuss it. Just put it in the comments anywhere, or go to the channel. What did I call it? Carpet beetles from panic to peace. Okay, take care. Bye.